Aloha ho mai kako e nā mākua, lana ka mana o mai ka ino o ko apau. Mahalo ka keia hui hou ano o kākou I keia la no ka Haʻawina ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi o keia pule. We are continuing our ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi lessons, and mahalo again for joining us this evening at Hui Ki Pai Pai. All right, nā pahu hopu, right? Every week we have goals. This week we have two goals. Helu e kahi. E a'o I ka pepeke painu no keia wā ʻaʻano. Yeah, the present time right now at this moment. And that pepeke painu is referred to as kene or ane in the negative form. Okay, so kene, keep that in mind. We're going to take a look at that more. Pahuhopu elua is to a'o I nā hua ʻōlelo no ka lumi hoʻokipa, which is our living room. So we're going to learn the words of the lumi hoʻokipa and incorporate them into our haʻawina, into our pepeke and the sentences that we're going to be constructing this evening. Oia, no leila, e a'o I nā hua ʻōlelo no ka lumi hoʻokipa, e hoʻomaka no kākou. Oia. All right, pepeke painu hehele hamani keinei, right? Keinei is the māka painu that we use to mark present tense. Okay, so let's take a look at the definition really quick. Keinei, used with hehele and hamani verbs or action words, indicates that an action is happening right now at this time. You're in the process of doing that action. Okay, so whenever we're doing something at that present moment, we will use kene, yeah, the kene, maka painu kene to help tell somebody that, hey, I'm doing something right now as we speak. Okay, so the first example tonight is ke vakiuma aku nei ke kaika mahine I ka lumi ho'okipa. A little bit different on the screen this evening. We have the verbs or the action words in green, and the hune kuhi are in parentheses just to set them off, set them apart a little bit from the pattern, which is the maka painu kei nei. All right, so we say that the kei nei is the markers that mark present tense or something that is happening at this moment. So in between the K and the nay, in that blank, we put the verb, we put the action word. Yeah. In this example, vakiuma is the action word. And then, of course, we have aku, which is a hune kuhi, like I said before in previous ha'avina. They add a sense of direction to our sentences and they make it more beautiful. So we still want to include them, but I'm just putting them in parentheses in this ha'avina just to set it off to so that we can say yes, that is the hune kuhi in this maka painu kene, which as we can see follows the action word. Okay, very quickly, vacuuma is a hamani verb, right? You vacuum something. Vacuuma means to vacuum. Ke vacuuma akune, who's doing the vacuuming? Ke kaikamahine, maikai, the girl. Where is she vacuuming? Okay. Or what is the thing that is receiving the action of being vacuumed? Ai, the lumi ho'okipa, polole, the living room. All right, let's take a look at the unuhi, the translation. The girl is vacuuming the living room. Mai ka'i. We were able to deconstruct the pepeke and come up with a unuhi. And we are polole. The girl is vacuuming the living room at this present moment right now. All right, ho'oma. Ke ho'oma e ma'e a e nei, ka mo'opuna a ka leo I ka puka aniani. All right, so in this example, we have ho'oma e ma'e, which is in green, in between the K and the ne, which marks present tense or present moment. And then we have ae, which is the hunekuhi in parentheses, just again giving us a sense of direction and to make it even more beautiful. And who is doing the action? Who is the piko of this sentence? Ai, kamo'opuna a kaleo. Kamo'opuna, the grandchild of who? Belonging to who? Kaleo, I mo'opuna is a kino a, right? A kino a thing, which is A class. So Kaleo's grandchild, right? And then what is being cleaned? What is the thing that is receiving the action of being clean? Ho'oma'ema'e ai kapukaniani. Ho'oma'ema'e means to clean. Ke, ne is present tense. So something is being cleaned right now. By who? Who is doing the cleaning? Kamo'opuna a Kaleo, the grandchild of Kaleo. In other words, Kaleo's grandchild. And what is receiving the action of being cleaned? Kapukaniani. Kapukaniani is window. Yeah. So let's take a look at the unuhi. Kaleo's grandchild is cleaning the window at this present time, right now. All right, let's ho'omau with more pepeke painu. Our first example is ko'iave is opening the house door. All right, so ke vehea'e nei. Yeah, is the hunikuhi to give direction. Vehe is the action word to open. Ke vehea'e nei, something is being opened right now. Who is doing this action? O ko'iave. Ko'iave is the piko. It is an ioa kuhane, so we have to mark that ioa with the okina o, also called the ami piko o, marking the piko when it's an ioa. And then what is the receiving the action? What is the okena of this sentence? I kapuka oka hale. Yeah, I kapuka, the door of the hale. In other words, the house door. Mai ka iloa ho'omawaku. They too are sitting right now at this present moment on the couch in front of the TV. All right, so how would we say this? Well, let's take a look at the unuhi. All right, noho is the word for sitting. So if I was to use a directional, I would probably use iho because iho is in the downward direction. So ke noho iho nei, yeah, sitting. Who is doing the sitting? They too. And the day two, the papani for day two is laua. Laua is the papani. Where are they sitting? Make koki, which is the word for a couch. Where? Mamua o in front of what? Kekivi. Aye, the television or the TV. So they two are sitting on the couch in front of the television. Ke noho ihone laua. Where? Makekoki mamua o kikivi. Maikai. Next one is we too are dusting the picture frame. And this is a question, yeah? This is a ni no. We too are dusting the picture frame. So according to our papahua ʻŌlelo, to dust something, we use the word kavele. Yeah, kavele usually means to towel something till it's dry or napkin. In this case, we're dusting the picture frame. All right, so let's take a look at the ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi. Yeah, the ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi says, ke kavele aku nei maua I ke ehu lepo I ka molina ki'i. All right, so kavele is the action word. It is a hamani because um, you dust something, right? Or you towel something. Okay, something else is receiving the action of being dusted or toweled. And there again, we have the hunikuhiaku to give us a sense of direction of the action taking place. And then we have the two māka painu keinei, ke kavele akune. Who is doing this action? Maua, us too. Yeah, we too. They are dusting ke ehu lepo. Yeah, ehu lepo is the word for dust. And what are they toweling or dusting? Ika molina ki'i. Yeah, molina ki'i is the word for frame, picture frame. Yeah, for photographs. So ke kavele akune maua I ke ehu lepo I ka molina ki'i is the question. In Hawaiian, we would say ke kavele aku nei maua I ke ehu lepo I ka molina ki'i. Okay, there's a rise and a fall in the intonation, and it's a long one, so we gotta hold it out. So these are some great examples of the maka painu kene indicating present tense at this moment. Something's happening with hehele and hamani verbs, and with the inclusion of hune kuhi to give it more sense of direction, and keeping in mind all of the rules of grammar for pani, marking the pico if it's an ioa, and then the keauru, keehu lepo, the amilauka, which marks the okena or the thing receiving the action. All of these things come into play, and we can create these sentences and make sense of it. Okay? Ho'omawaku no. All right, now we're gonna do the ho'ole. And remember the last Haʻawina, we talked about making a positive statement negative by using the word ʻaʻole. So let's take a look at this definition really quickly. Ane with hehele and hamani verbs indicates an action is happening now at this time. Same thing. The only thing is that it's going to be negated. All right. And when we negate something, as you can see, it's no longer kane, right? So what happens? What happened to the k? It drops. We use ane in the negative. Let's take a look. All right. In the first example, we said ke vakiuma kune ke kaika mahine I kalumi ho'okipa. Now we're going to negate it with ʻaʻole, and let's see what it looks like. ʻaʻoia ʻaʻole e vakiuma aku nei ke kaika mahine I kalumi ho'okipa. So what happened? Again, we use the word ʻaʻole to negate it, and then ke nei is changed to e nei, a verb, yeah, action word nei. ʻaʻole e vakiuma aku nei ke kaika mahine I kalumi ho'okipa. Pretty simple, yeah? ʻaʻole e action word nei. All right, let's take a look at another example to make this pa'a. Ke ho'oma'e nei ka mo'opuna a ka leo I ka puganiani. Let's negate that. We're using ʻaʻole, and it should look like this. ʻaʻole e ho'oma'e a nei ka mo'opuna a ka leo I ka pukaniani. So only thing changes is ʻaʻole. Yeah, we add ʻaʻole. Kene becomes ane. Everything else stays the same. All right, here is our first example. All right, so again, the action words are in green, bolded in green. We have the hunekuhi in parentheses just to let us know that this is where the hunekuhi goes if we add the hunekuhi. It follows the verb, but we have kene, okay? Kene, and then the pico, and then the thing receiving the action if it is a hamani. In this case, ho'opio is a hamani. It means to turn something off or to deactivate. In this case, we're talking about turning something off. Ke ho'opio aku nei. Yeah, something is being turned off right now at this present moment by who? Who is doing the action? Ke kane. Aye, the guy, the man. What is he turning off? I kawila o kahale. Yeah, I kawila o kahale. The electricity of the house, right? Or the house's electricity. Go ahead and put your translation in the pahu kole kole in the chat box, okay? All right. So if you put down in the pahu kole kole, the man or the guy is turning off the wheeler of the hale, the electricity of the hale or the house's electricity. You are polole maikai loa, yeah, maikai. To negate that, what do we need to do? Polole, we just have to add on the word aole, and then k becomes a, and everything else stays the same. Enana aku no. Aole e ho'opio aku nei e kane I ko wila o ka hale. So now it's saying that the guy is not turning off the electricity right now. He is not doing it right now. Aole. Aole ke yamanava. Maikai. Next one. All right, see if you can translate this in the pahu kole kole. Ke moe iho nei, ho'u anakala, makamoena veleveka. Now we can see that moe is the painu. Yeah, it is the action word. In this case, it's in hehele. Moe means to lie down. The action of lying down is happening right now by who? Who's doing this action? Ho'u anakala, my uncle. Where is he lying down? Ma, in, on, or at Kamowena veleveka. Okay. Kamowena veleveka is the word for rug. Maikai. You took a look at your papahua ʻŌlelo and you saw that the word moena veleveka is rug. So my anakala is lying down right now He's lying down on the rug. Okay? Let's negate this. Ole e moe iho nei, ho'u ana kala, a ka moena veleveka. Maikai, ho'omawaku, ke kaumi iho nei, o ka hala, ike pihi, ma ke kia pihi. All right. So kaumi is our action word. You can see it's in green. Iho is the hunekuhi that we would use because it's in a downward direction. Keinei is the pepeke that we're learning with the maka painu to mark and indicate that something is happening right now at this moment. Who is the person? Who is the akena of this pepeke? I Okahala, a guy, a person named Kahala, is doing the action of pressing something. Yeah, to kaumi is to press something. What is the thing that's receiving the action of being pressed? Ike pihi. Pihi, if we look on the papahu olelo, is a button. Yeah. What kind of button? Or where is this button that we're talking about? It is a pihi that is on, yeah, ma ke kia pihi. And if we look at our papahu olelo, the kia pihi is the remote control. I no leila ke kami hone okahala ike pihi ma ke kia pihi. If you put down in the chat box, kahala is pressing right now at this moment the button on the remote control. All right. So let's negate this. Olole, we add on a ole and e kaumi ihone okahala ike pihi. Where? Make kia pihi. All right. Kene in the positive, a ole ene in the negative. Maika iloa ho'omawaku no. All right. So looking at this pepeke here, we can see that it's saying na na. Na na is the action word. Na na means to look, right? So if we're looking at something, that's a hamani verb. Okay, so something is going to receive the action of being looked at. So the word is na na. The action is na na. We put it into the māka painu kene. We're using the word aku as a hunekuhi to offer direction. Ke nana kune. Okay, somebody is looking. Right? Who is looking? O lokelani. Lokelani is the piko. Because it's an ioa, we mark it with the okina o. What is lokelani looking at? Ike ki'i. The image, the photo, the picture. Where? Maluna o, on top of what? Ke pakoko. Maluna o ke pakoko, on top of the pakoko table. Polole maikai. Lokilani is in the action of looking right now at the ki'i on the pakoko. And to negate that, we just say a ole e nana kune o Lokilani ike ki'i maluno ke pakoko. So Lokilani is not looking presently, right now, at this moment, at the ki'i maluno ke pakoko. Ho'okipa is the action word. Ho'okipa is a hamani, right? Ho'okipa means to host. To host. Ho'okipa. Somebody's hosting somebody. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Ke ho'okipa mai nei. All right, mai is the direction. Ke ho'okipa mai nei who? Laua. Oh, Laua is the pico. Laua is the two guys. Them two, right? They two, them two. Who are they two hosting? Ika ohana a maua. Ika ohana maua, the family of us two, a maua. Okay, so maua is the family is receiving the action of being hosted, right? Ke ho'okipa mai nei laua ika ohana a maua. Them two, they two are hosting our family. Yeah, ika ohana a maua, our family. Okay. To negate this, we use ole and take a look at the pico. It is now a papani, right? So the same thing that we learned in the previous Haʻawina, whenever the pico of the sentence is a papani, lele ka pico papani imua. right after ʻaʻole. So ʻaʻole laua e hoʻokipa mai nei I ka ʻohana a Maua. Them two are not hosting right now at this moment our family. Yeah, the family of Maua. The next example is Ke kua e nei o lua I mua o ka hale o ilima. And this is a question, but let's take a look at the breakdown. Okay, so ku is our action word, our verb, our painu. It is a hehele type of painu, and that means to stand. And standing is associated with upward. And it's happening at the present tense because we have the māka painu, ke e nei. Then we have the piko of the sentence, which is olua. Yeah, remember what olua means? You two, maikai. Okay, where? Where is you two guys standing? So imua o in front of where? Kahale o ilima. Yeah, the house of ilima. Ke kua ine olua imua o kahale o ilima. Are the two of you currently standing right now in front of the house of ilima? All right, so for example, let's say that there is an anake, an auntie, and she's on her phone FaceTiming these two guys, okay? And she's asking them on FaceTime, oh, ke kua ine o lua I mua o ka hale o ilima. All right, and she just wants to confirm if they're standing in front of the house of ilima. All right, so that's the question in the positive form. Let's negate this. Again, the rule applies. The Pico Papani jumps up in front of the sentence following ʻaʻole. Therefore, we have ʻaʻole o lua e kua e nei I mua o ka hale o ilima. That stays the same. So this is the question again. ʻaʻole o lua e kua e nei I mua o ka hale o ilima. Mai ka iloa e hoʻomawaku no. All right, so now we have the last section once again with ʻaʻano. Yeah, because we can use the same thing. We can use kene with ʻaʻano verbs as well, but they differ. They are a little bit different in the mana'o. Okay, so let's take a look at that again. Kene with ʻaʻano, the meaning is now in the process of being completed. Yeah, something is in the process of being completed. Okay. Present tense, yes, but in the process of just going to be completed. All right. So keep that in mind when we use ano type verbs. Okay, here we go. Here's the first example. Ke pio nei, ke kukui, makalumi ho'okipa. All right, our action word is pio, right? We said that these are going to be ano type verbs. Pio is an ano type verb. Ke pio nei, ke kukui, makalumi ho'okipa. Pio can mean many things. Usually it's to extinguish something or to put out or to turn off. Okay. The light, ke kukui, is the piko of the sentence. Where is this taking place? Makalumi ho'okipa. In, on, or at. Kalumi ho'okipa. In the living room. Okay. So the mana'o of this is that the light is in the process of being turned off. Makalumi ho'okipa. Yeah, it hasn't been completed yet. It's happening right now, but it's with the idea that it's being completed. Okay, it's going to be done. Ke pio nei ke kukui makalumi ho'okipa maikai. Let's take a look at the unuhi. All right, the kukui in the living room is in the process of being turned off or is becoming extinguished. Maika iloa. Ke kahiko nei. What's becoming kahiko? In the process of becoming kahiko or being completed of being kahiko. Kahiko is old, yeah. Ke na pale puka aniani. Ke na pale puka aniani. That what? Ai, pale puka aniani is the word for curtain. All right. Now remember again, when we use ʻaʻano verbs, we usually have the reason why that's happening, yeah, or the cause of it. In other words, that curtain, that window curtain, is becoming old because of what? I kala. Ai, I kala. by the sun, because of the sun, from the sun. All right, so let's take a look at the unuhi, the translation. That window curtain is getting old from the sun. All right, so that's a great example of how we use the maka painu kine with ʻaʻano in the positive form. Let's take a look at the negative form. All right, so here's our first example of the ʻaʻano. The rug is getting clean from the vacuum, because of the vacuum, by the vacuum. All right, so let's take a look at the Hawaiian. Ma'e ma'e is the action word for clean. And then we wrap that around with ke nei. And then the pico of the sentence is kamoena veleveka, the rug. And the reason why it's becoming ma'e ma'e, yeah, is because or due to or from the vacuuma. Okay, so in Hawaiian we say ke ma'e ma'e nei, kamoena veleveka, I ka vacuuma, yeah, Maika'i, Maika'i loa. If you got this in the pahu kole kole, Maika'i loa. Ho'omau, ho'omau. All right, hale kala is becoming dirty from the trash because of the trash, by the trash. Okay, so let's take a look at the ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi. Ah, becoming dirty. Yeah, dirty is the lepo is the word for dirty, but when you put it into the pepeke painu with the maka painu kine, it's becoming that condition. Yeah. For example, ma'e, it's becoming the condition of clean. In this case, it's becoming the condition of dirty. Where is becoming dirty? Ah, o halea kala, right? Halea kala, the crater on the island of Maui. Halea kala is becoming dirty. Why? Because of what? What is the cause? What is the reason? What is it from? Ika opala. Ika opala. Opala is the word for trash. And that is the reason why. Yeah. Ke lepo nei o halea kala ika opala. Yeah. Meikai. I hope we can see how that works. All right. The last example here is I'm getting happy or I am becoming happy from the cleanliness of my room. And the way we say that in ʻŌlelo Hawaii is ke hauʻoli nei au, right? Hauʻoli means happy. Ke hauʻoli nei au. Why? What is the reason? I ka ma'e ma'e o ko'u lumi. I ka ma'e ma'e, the cleanliness of what? Of my lumi, of ko'u lumi, my room. Yeah. Ke hauʻoli nei au I ka ma'e ma'e o ko'u lumi. Now let's take a look at how to negate with the pepeke painu, with the māka painu kini using ʻaʻano verbs. Okay, pepeke painu ʻaʻano ho'ole e nei. Again, ʻaʻano in the process of being completed. Keep that in mind. All right, so let's first take a look at the positive, the sentence in the positive form. Ke pio nei, ke kukui, makalumi ho'okipa. Okay, so let's negate that. And what does it look like? Ole e pio nei, ke kukui makalumi ho'okipa. Again, only change is up front. Ole, ke becomes e, pio nei, ke kukui makalumi ho'okipa. All right, next one. Ke kahiko nei, ke na palipuka aniani I kala. Okay, remember that same translation, that curtain is in the process of becoming kahiko because of the sun. Can you guess what the negative will look like? I starts off with ʻaʻole. K changes to e. Kahiko nei. Ke nā pale pukaniani I kala. Let's take a look at your pololei. Pololei oi. ʻaʻole e kahiko nei. Ke nā pale pukaniani I kala. Yeah, that curtain is not in the process of becoming old because of the sun. ʻaʻole. So maikai ho'omau aku. Okay, so in Hawaiian we say ke ma'e ma'e nei, ka moena veleveka I ka vakiuma. Ai, ʻaʻole e ma'e ma'e nei, ka moena veleveka I ka vakiuma. Maikai ho'omau aku, ke lepo nei o hale a kala. I ka ʻōpala. ʻAʻole e lepo nei o haleakala I ka ʻōpala. Haleakala is not in the process of becoming dirty because of the rubbish. Hey, maikai. Last one. Ke hauʻoli nei au I ka maʻemaʻe o koʻu lumi. Let's negate that. ʻAʻole au e hauʻoli nei I ka maʻemaʻe o koʻu lumi. So the negative translation is that I am not in the process of becoming happy. Aue no hoʻi e. Alright, so a quick review. Ke maʻemaʻe nei, ʻaʻole e maʻemaʻe nei. Ke lepo nei, ʻaʻole e lepo nei. Ke hauʻoli nei, ʻaʻole e hauʻoli nei. So the papani would be ʻaʻole au e hauʻoli nei. Oia maikaʻi loa e nā mākua. Keep practicing the māka painu kei with all of our action words that we have in our papa hua ʻōlelo to make complete sentences of anything that is happening right now in the present tense or in the process of becoming that action, in becoming that state of the verb. So have fun with it in nā ʻohana because these maka painu are relative to everything that we do. Yeah. Every time you're doing something, use kene. Just say it out loud to get ma'a to it, to hearing it, to pronouncing it, and to using it on a daily basis. No leila e nā ʻohana mahalo ki hui ho ano a kako, malama pono, a hui ho, aloha.